Welcome to the Lumiere channel. Oh wait. Welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to what the eclipse is giving. What is it giving? What is it bringing? And what is the guidance for us during this time? I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling the energies. And I thought my collective might be también. Right? You can hear me better. So this is a collective reading for what the eclipse is giving. And if you clicked on this might be just something for you to really consider. This is energy that you may already be feeling because as of the day that I'm recording this, it's March 21st. This has been pending. This has been pending. When I tell you it's been pending, I'm not even going to put that card away. This is death energy. This is rebirth energy. This is transformative energy. This is resurrective energy. Like, this is like brand new from dusted energy, like from like, depleted energy. This is the new dawn after the dark night. This is spring energy. It's giving death card. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this eclipse is like, I think it's in Libra, and then the next one is going to be in Aries. I'm not sure if that's also in Vedic astrology or what. So regardless of which astrology you follow or what have you, what I'm really looking at is like what it is going to be giving us. So you watching this video, my illumination, the people in the house of Lumiere, or just really anybody. And this is a huge energy that I've been picking up since at the very least December of this year. But it's been pending. A lot of like the collective readings I've been doing, a lot of the just the general, like, I feel energy. I can feel it and go, something's changing, something's brewing. And even when I'm doing readings for people, private readings or the ones on the channel, which if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And then once you're subscribed, hit the bell for all notifications so that you get notified when I go live, so that you show up to the lives and you don't miss your blessing. If you want further blessings and perks, become a member of the channel by clicking the join button or clicking the link in the description. That's the join, and join the membership, become a Lumi of the channel, and get extra perks when you go live. And it really does support the channel. And there's also some extra content on there. You get early access to videos. They might be a little bit raw, but you do be getting videos early. And more perks to come because I stay perking people. Yeah, I love that it fell on all these cards. I feel like if you've been experiencing or just feeling like there's something about this energy that feels, period. It just like feels. It's been feely. The reality might be a bit different. Like your reality, what you see, what you're doing may just be the same. Like nothing's really changed. If anything, for some of you, at least for me, things might be improving, but it feels like wrong, like something's wrong, like you're lacking, or like it's just something is off. And that's that card that fell off. There it is again. Awesome. The orphaned in reverse, this energy of like abandonment and us abandoning ourselves and us feeling the sense of abandonment, us feeling this low energy, and not just energetically as in like my energy to live in as a human, but like low vibes. Like we're just in these vibes that are like very blue, dark blue, gray, black spectrum. Essentially this car, oh, come on now. Spoiler. Essentially this energy, right? This coloration scheme. This vibes of like, yeesh. So I feel like that's what some of us have been feeling, even though the reality doesn't look that. Like in reality, if you look at it, at least what I've been noticing is my reality is good. My reality is okay. Really, things are improving. But there's like upheaval inside me. There's been upheaval. And then just even, I think a few people, same, like there's some upheaval, some changes over the course of these past several months. And it's sort of been culminating to these points and will be, still around even after. But yeah, there's just something about it. Something about it. And I love that this is the card that plops out because I think it hints at those energies. it hints at saying, if you've been feeling bleh, if you've been feeling if you've been feeling if you've been feeling then yes, you are feeling those energies. They are being affected by the powers that be, the external circumstances. But that is an upheaval that is moving things to the better. There are some things that you think, like for some of you with serendipity in the reverse, I don't know if I showed you that, but that's what I'm also talking about. It feels like certain things, that's the thing, like you're looking at I just feel like your reality, like what you see with your eyes and what you feel is, there's a dissonance there. There's a dissonance there. I have all these things, or these things I wanted are here. I've changed, or this has changed, but why am I still I think this is a huge change. For some reason, there's always eclipses every year. Like, yeah, there's going to be another set of eclipses in October, I think, or whatever. But this one is really like, it feels. I don't do eclipse readings on the regular. So for me to do something about it, it's for it to just really be in my psyche. There's something about it. And if you're watching this, I think there's been something about it for you as well, whether you've known or not known. With serendipity in reverse, going back to this energy, or really inviting it back in, because it's really up in here, moving it up, is this energy of even though your external is looking a certain way, you got that job, you got that opportunity, you have that person, you don't have that person, you finally left that job, you finally have the thing that you wanted has come to pass, the thing that you were hoping for, waiting for has come to pass, it's here now, and it's sort of like dealing with the reality of that feels not the way you thought it would. Like there's a dissonance between how you thought it would feel versus the reality of it being felt and real in your life. And I feel like that's the serendipity. Now, I think you're still, some of you are probably still appreciative of it. You're still looking at it. But now there's this sort of like this sort of like pearl clutching moment where you're like, okay, I was waiting for this and it's here, but I'm like, almost, I feel a little bit worse off than I was before. Like I feel not good. Now, someone once said, or I read something somewhere that said, sometimes anxiety is just excitement. Sometimes you're not anxious, you're excitement, and maybe you're excited, and maybe you're just not used to that kind of excitement. And so rather than saying I feel anxious, I feel nervous, I feel scared, try saying I feel excited. Like this is a different kind of excitement, right? Like it's excitement dressed up in something different. It's just excitement dressed up in maybe like the unknown or whatever. But I feel like with the serenity in the reverse, this is all pre-energy, by the way. I don't think we've actually gotten into, I think this is pre-energy that's sort of been building up with the eclipses, the churning of the moon, the rotation of the sun, whatever. The turning of the moon and all this new moon, full moon, has been culminating to this, so we'll see what the eclipse is giving. What is it giving? What we did see, and even with this message, is this is regeneration in the upright. So this upheaval, this lava, this burn, this fire, these feeling uncomfy is bringing this beautiful new life, this new way of being. There's no way after, I just really feel like there's some pretty big changes happening this eclipse, and the thing is they've already been happening. And I was watching a video by someone today, I forgot her name, but she was saying you don't have to do anything to bring in eclipse energy. Like, some people do like new moon rituals or whatever. You don't have to do anything. It's fated. It's going to happen. So that's why the guidance portion of this is important, because everybody is sort of saying, this is what's coming, this is what's coming, this is what's coming. But what I want to know as just a person who I am always is what's going to come is going to come. What I want to know is how best to handle it for it to be my highest good. That's what I want to know. That's like largely my primary thing. Whenever I get a reading for myself, as in I give myself a reading and the reading is like, oh my God. And I go, oh Lord, I don't like this, baby. I can go into a frenzy of trying to check and clarify and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, the thing that will serve me the most, the thing that I feel will serve people the most, is the guidance. You can know what's going to happen. Okay, so what? You know it. But how do you act? How do you respond? What do you do about it? That to me is the most important thing. So we're going to look at the energies, etc. But what I really want to, why I wanted to do this is see, like, what's the guidance? So we have yin here showing up for us. Time to go in the reverse. Absolutely. This is, right, thanks, Spirit. So the changes that this eclipse has been building up to are happening per good. And I think because it's been slow progressing, right? This energy has been, again, this changing and changing and changing of new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, the sun doing its thing, or rather the earth doing its thing around the sun and making this whatever. It's been slowly happening. So I don't feel like for many it'll happen all at once. There will be like pivotal moments, like I quit a job, I got a job, I have moved a house, I have moved a location, I have felt this dip. Like there will be these like moments, but I feel like they're luckily held in the embrace of life events that have been slowly priming you anyway, which is really comforting to hear that. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that. So yin is really great to see. This is this beauty here. And so was, who was my friend? The milk and honey. It's going to good places. This is going to be good for us. What's happening now is meant for us to be in a better place. And the upheaval, though, it doesn't demean the upheaval. It doesn't demean what it's done for us or to us. It's just a really nice reminder for Spirit saying, hey, this may suck a bit. This may feel uncomfortable. But you know what? Breathe. It is taking you to a good place. It is taking you to a place that you have been wanting. These are things that you have been wanting, or they're taking you to just being a better version of ourselves and living a better version of our lives, or a newer version. I don't think there's going back. With the way the energy feels, I don't feel like we are going to go back to how we were, or certain levels that we were, because of what we've been moving through. Okay, let's see, what is this eclipse giving? What is it bringing? Let's actually get into the reading now, 12 minutes later. Yeah, a change in the wind, absolutely. And exchanging, listen, Linda, listen. Baby, when I say, welcome to the Illumination, when I say, welcome to the house of Lumiere, when I say that Spirit lives in the house of Lumiere, I mean it. I mean it. Spirit is here. Why am I saying that? Oh, I have hand chills. I'm so excited because exchanging gifts is in the reverse. It's in the protection. Do you know what this says? I'm going to read it to you, but this literally says, you have what you want. What the fuck? What you want is coming. Intuition game strong. Thank you, Spirit, for being here in the house of Lumiere. Exchanging gifts in the protection explicitly says, hey, you're gonna get what you want. Are you ready to pay the piper? You wanted more money? Are you ready to do the things that more money, the method of that more money coming has come, right? You wanted this person. Are you who you need to be to be with this person? Are you ready essentially to pay the piper? Because be careful what you wish for. You got it. Is you ready? That's what this is basically saying. Is you ready? And I feel like a lot of the hullabaloo and the upheaval and all that type of stuff, and the things on the outside, like a reality looking like, actually it's not like the distance between reality and our feelings about how we're feeling about things is that butting of heads where it's like, what we wanted is here, but are we ready? That's that question coming in. Am I ready? That's that nervousness instead of excitement. That's that anxiety instead of excitement. That's that I'm scared instead of excitement. It's that part of us that's like, oh my God, okay, we got it, and now it's time to pay the piper. Am I ready to pay the piper? Can I pay the piper? Do you know what the piper is? Do you know where the saying comes from? For my people that don't know, I'm gonna hopefully tell this in a hot minute. There was a little town that was overrun by rats. Okay? They had a massive infestation. It was biddity biddity bad. And they tried everything they could. Nothing worked. Nothing happened. This young fellow comes to the town and he's a little jokester dressed up like a clown. This is my additions, okay? He's dressed up like a clown. Not an actual bozo clown, but he's just like a clown. Nobody takes it too seriously. He comes in and he's like, yo, I got the solution to your problem, right? They wished for a solution to their problem. Here's the solution to their problem. This young buck dressed like a clown. He goes, I can fix this for you. And they're like, we've tried everything. You don't look like you can do anything for us. The package wasn't what they thought. And he's like, no, I can do it. And they're like, okay, name your price. And he goes, well, this is how much I want. And I don't think they thought he could do it or what, but they said, bet, we'll pay you. We'll do what we'll pay you. We'll pay you. And he goes, all right, cool. He goes, I'm gonna start now. And they're like, yeah, do your thing, do your thing. He goes, plays his little flute or his pipe. The piper. He plays his pipe. Okay. All the rats come out. It's gross. It's disgusting. All the rats come out and he starts leaving town. And there's a rumble. Look, I'm adding effects here. There's a rumble in the streets because all them little four-legged nasties are just, look, I'm not a rat sympathist, okay? Ill. They can be anyway, they start going. They follow him. And he leads them out and does what he needs to do with them. The rat infestation is over. The townsfolk, the mayor, they're cheering, oh my God, we're saved, we're saved. Our town is safe again, our town is clean again. The Pied Piper comes back and he's like, all right, folks, my payment. And they're like, yeah, no. He's like, what you mean? Yeah, no. They're like, no, we're not going to pay you. We're not going to pay you. Like, sorry, we're not going to pay you. Sorry, bye. The rats are gone. They're not coming back. Hee hee. Cuckoo, bye-bye. And he goes, y'all better have my money tomorrow or else. And they're like, or else what? And he's like, or else y'all finna see. He comes back the next day. They don't have his money. Rihanna comes in. Better have my money, all right? And he goes up. He's like, y'all better have my money later today or you're going to see what's going to happen. I'm going to take all your kids. And they're like, no, you're being ridiculous. You clown. You crazy. What you did was probably like a fluke. And no. He comes later that day. They disrespect my guy. No, we're not going to give you your money. He says, okay. And he goes away. Everybody goes to sleep. Plays his pipe. All the children wake up. They walk out of the house. All of the children wake up. Some parents wake up, try to hold their kids back. They cannot. The kids follow the Pied Piper. They leave town, go into some cave, and the cave closes, and they never see their kids again. Now, that's a grim story. I think it's about making sure that blah, 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 blah. Lots of lessons there. Underestimating people based on their looks, based on, what you've tried, someone else, etc. All that stuff in the front end of the story. Secondly, being able to pay your dues. When you make your word, keep your word. And blah, 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 blah. This exchanging gifts talks about essentially be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And when you do get it, are you ready to pay the price? Now, it's always sort of like daunting because obviously the story does not have a happy ending for the folks, okay? It always makes me feel, whenever I see this card, I go, I'm scared. Because it's sort of like a warning, like, are you ready? It's in protection. Spirit is saying, yo, you're going to get what you want. It's coming, but are you ready? You out here wanting, looking out there, but are you even prepared to have it? Do you have the systems, the wherewithal, the energy, the da 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 to have it? We can hit a slump, but are we using the slump effectively to prepare ourselves for the thing that we even want? Or else when the thing that we want comes, we're living in filth. We can't pay the piper. We can't honor or keep this thing that we've been wanting because we've just been slothing around, wanting, and not making space for the thing that we want. So, in as much as this card does give me a bit of fear when I see it, because it makes me go, oh shit, what am I not doing? Because there are other cards in the deck that say, it's going to be fine, you're going to get what you want, da 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 da. But this says, hey, you're going to get what you want, but just be sure that you're ready. Just be sure that you got your dots crossed and your T's I'd. You know what I'm talking about. So, oh my God. So that's what I get with this. What the eclipse is giving. What it's bringing. What we wanted, but are we ready? Sort of like that pre-shuffle what we were doing there. It was saying, things are blossoming. Things are coming. Things are good. Milk and honey. Yin in reverse. And yin, speaking of yin, thank you, Spirit, is this pinkish color. This receiving. This exchanging gifts also talks about being the receiver and not just the giver. Being able to receive, being able to say yes, being able to say no, being able to sit back and see, being able to relax and be in yin, feminine, not passive, I guess it's passive, but receptive energy. Being open to what's happening. And I feel like that's the breathing part. That's the part that's going to help with the anxieties, the fear, because you can't produce what you produce from a state of fear. It can work, for sure, it can work, but you don't want to train yourself to believe you have to be in a state of fear to create something that works. We have to be careful about how we train ourselves to do what we need to do. We don't have to be in danger at the finish line, about to drown, and then that's when we kick in and do the things. No, we want to start training ourselves to start being able to do what we need to do when we're not in the danger zone. Danger zone! So, there's a lot that this card is giving. There's a lot of messages that this eclipse is bringing us. And I think that's why, at least for me, how I've been feeling it is a ton of overwhelm. But that overwhelm is justified, quite frankly. The external circumstances for me, at least how it's happening for me, it is pretty justified. That there are things that are happening and there are certain systems that I may not have had in place to the best of my ability. But this is a precursor, it almost feels like. Like there's more of this coming of these things that you've been wishing for are coming. Are you ready? Have you been doing the things to prepare for them? A change in the wind. It's basically that. A change in the wind and things are changing. Things are changing. It's gonna be a whirlwind. So while the whirlwind is happening, while the things are coming, while things are moving, while there is upheaval in your world, right? The floor is lava. The floor is lava. You got to be careful about where you step. And in order for you to be careful about where you step, pull your energies back a little bit. Breathe isn't here, but breathe is coming up for me in this, the house of Lumiere where Spirit lives. Where we need to just, take a step back a little bit, breathe, find a little bit of center, receive energy, breathe through it, and act from there. Am I reading this to you? I feel like I already read it. And I will, for the people that need it. Someone once wrote in the comments, just read the cards. I said, shut up. I didn't say that. Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. Ooh. Yeah, actually. I don't want to pay the toll. I don't want to pay the toll. You might find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but no, you will have to walk away from or even fail at because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. This is tough. This is speaking directly to me. Because I want to quit. I want to stop. But it's something that, you've asked for, and the shape with which it came, sometimes the way they come is not how you maybe, I don't know. But anyway, another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode, in codependent dynamics, or holding on to false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Be aware of the need to both give and take. Being aware of the need to both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of this. So let's look a little bit more at clarifying this particular message. Relationships. Oh my god, this looked like fucking soulmates. That's crazy. So Milk and Honey came out. Once again, like I said, however many cards are in this deck. How many are there? There's 52 cards in this deck. Relationships. Okay, cool. Thank you. Loyal Heart, though. That's good, because soulmates I thought was going to come out. But yeah, relationships. This has to do with people. Community, tribe. Very much so. People. Wow, yeah. Mending. Healing wounds. Sometimes your heart is meant to sort of break open in certain places so that it can be better for what's coming, you know, where you need to be, who you need to be, and face certain musics. Wow, yeah, this has to do with people. Cool. Thank you, Spirit. No wonder they made me see soulmates with this. Yeah, Milk and Honey. We were talking about this earlier in the reading. It popped up, and here she is. Milk and Honey. I want to get another one. We'll talk about it though. Milk and Honey is this. I like that this is here because exchanging gifts is still sort of like a bit of a horror for me. It's still a bit of a horror. Let me get a second card. Hold on. Happy. Love seeing that. Co-create. Awesome. You can do this. Okay, exchanging gifts is still kind of a horror for me just because of my experiences with the message and me, myself, and this card. But it does say, you know, you are going to get what you pray for. What you pray for is here. It just, I don't know how it's shaping up for you. Maybe it's not in the way that you thought. And there's maybe more factors coming in. That doesn't mean it's bad at all. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different from how it's been for you. And with Milk and Honey and Co-create, you're in a state of, I want to say abundance, actually. A state of thriving. You can thrive in this space. Just don't forget to lean on co-create, on the people, to use your support system, to create a new support system. Make new friends, make new allies, make new relationships. In your existing ones, level them up or level them in a different plane, level them in a different way, right? If you've always had XYZ relationship with somebody, maybe level it up to a little bit more of a different kind of relationship. I've been seeing this in some of my spaces as well, and also just introductions of new people. There are new people, new relationships and dynamics coming in people's lives at this time. This eclipse, this energy around it, these months that have been propelling, people are coming into your world, and your current relationships are also going through a flux, a change, where you'll sort of be relating to them differently now. Wow, so wild. Thank you, Spirit. Man, thank you, Spirit. Yay. So this with the Milk and Honey, this is good. The eclipse is bringing good stuff. It's good. It's just you may need to it may make you go into yourself more. But this is encouraging you to lean on people in your world. If you don't have people in your world, to seek people in your world. This isn't the guidance portion of it, but there is something to do with people. It's bringing this kind of desire for people. And this awareness of other people that exist in your world. Or for some of you, really, you are meeting more new people. I'm going to say people, not just a person, more new people. Now with co-create specifically, this is a specific message about Christ. Hey, Jesus. About, this is a specific message about, Jesus Christ. It's a specific message about, spirit. About co-creating with spirit. Not forgetting, even exchanging gifts really talked about, oh my God. Talked about, oh my God, ouch. I was trying to remove a band-aid and all my little mammal hairs are stuck to this large ass band-aid and it hurts so much to peel the bitch off. I don't know how to do it. Do I need like oil or something? Help me. I'm not gonna rip it off because I feel like I might injure myself. So anyway, this is about people, but this is really about spirit. Right? Co-create is largely about spirit specifically. It talks about how inviting spirit, being with spirit, is very beneficial for you at this time, not forgetting that spirit is your co-creating partner. And don't forget to ask spirit for help. Like, yes, you got what you wanted, or you're struggling with what you wanted, or you're struggling, period. Don't forget to ask spirit to help you. Don't forget to ask spirit that you need a helping hand, that you need some support, that you want help. Like, spirit's got you. That's what co-create in reverse is saying. It's a really large, oh my fucking god, it's a really large Jesus reminder that don't forget that spirit is your co-creating partner. You guys, look at all of this hair on my band-aid. It's not a band-aid, it's like a patch, a heat patch. You want to see this? Oh my god, there's all my little hairs. Oh, God bless my back. Oh. It's gonna be like that. Really. Where you wanted reprieve, my shoulder's been hurting, I put this little guy on there, and it really, really helped. It's just the price I have to pay for using this very sticky technology is that I lose 1 million mammal hairs pulled out of each freaking hair hole. But I got my relief. You know, I got my relief. Whoa, fuck, dude, that was painful. There's so many hairs on this, you guys. It's ridiculous. I really want to show you because this is truly like a part of it. You can't see nothing. All you see is the holes. You guys, there's like, I can't even count how many. Oh, my poor little mammal hairs. Now, here we go. Give me one more for exchanging gifts. I feel like there's one more. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, hey, and even if you've watched the channel before, I don't know how you feel about that. Why is this girl showing us her heat patch? Because I've been in pain, and for some reason, this was the moment that I needed to take it off. Chop wood. I love this because this talks about things happening, I don't know, slowly, like mundanely. I love this. This is so interesting. Really, this is essentially that message from the beginning of things happening, new moon, full moon, like day by day, day by day, day by day. But it's like a lot of momentum and movement. Because chop wood really talks about just doing the simple things. Just doing the simple things. Let's look at co-create first. You're trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing vital force of spirit. Perhaps you're in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide on your first step. So you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Yes. Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. And that's this part about the giving and receiving. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one. So co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you soon as you get out of your own way. I love that. And then we'll read chop wood. And I also want to read milk and honey. I feel like that's going to be really beneficial. It says, there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the small, simple chores of your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Exactly. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. Exactly. This is a time for deeper purpose, for releasing attachment. I think this is just the beginning. I think these are just the beginning waves. But we've been having some of the beginning waves. So I feel like this chopped wood acts twofold. This is just the beginning, but it's also you've been in the beginning. For me, I'm saying December. It could have been longer, right? That's just where I come from. And really, it's kind of been like November, December, these kinds of energies for me. And they're sort of culminating now and coming to fruition now. Things that I've been doing over time, they really have been like, some of them have been a year spanning, right? Getting more organized and leveling that up over time. Like it's just been over time. So for you, it's going to work differently if you really stop and look at your life, look at the changes that are happening now, look at what they're calling within you to be and step into, and then look at how you've been slowly moving through your world, preparing for these things that are happening now. I don't know if you have that level of awareness about your life, but I do in some ways where I can go, something is happening and I know that this is what I need to do, so I'm going to do that. Especially because I do my own daily readings. I do my daily, not daily readings. I do my monthly polls. I do my personal polls. I do my daily readings. What am I talking about? I do my daily guidances and I can track my energy. I'm a lot more in tune with what's happening in my energy. And I can say, okay, something's coming. I need to take heed to the guidance that I'm getting on the daily. But I digress. This is that, talking about the buildup, but also I feel like this eclipse is bringing this stuff more. It's culminating, but it's also still moving through as well, still happening. And not just a wham, bam, bye. Like it's still in like a peak crescendo of like months. Let's look at, what is this 47? 27. No. I want to look at milk and honey. I don't care about exchanging gifts right now. Milk and honey says you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. Yeah, your wishes are coming true. Like some of your prayers are really coming to pass. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment. Now that's probably what this is also saying as well. Wearing the world as a loose garment is where you don't take things too personally. That's going to help with you being able to receive, breathe, connect with spirit, and do what you need to do from that point. Okay. Not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. A change in the wind is just this. Like, things are changing. This is the tower. This is things happening in your world. I feel like that is the energy that the eclipse is bringing. It is an energy. It is a force. And I think this is what I've been picking up on, the fact that it's so heavy. I don't think I've paid attention to an eclipse since the 2019 eclipses when the Coco came through. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, I think that was like even like around now, like the March eclipses, right? But yeah, this is palpable. Maybe that's why I'm really feeling it. Truth be told, yeah, okay. It's revealing the truth. The funny thing about this deck is its sister deck, the Enchanted Map, or yeah, Enchanted Map Oracle. I don't know what it's called. Is it Enchanted Map Oracle? What are you called, baby? Enchanted Map Oracle. Yeah, that's right. The Tower sort of card is called Stormfield, and what it says beautifully in that card is, the message of it is, sometimes storms come to take our dreams, our seeds, and scatter them where they could never have maybe gone. Like, that's my interpretation, right? And I feel like with this, even with the zebra here, another card in this deck is called Chaos and Conflict. And in that message, it's a zebra who's dressed up as a giraffe, but slowly the pieces of the giraffe are coming off, revealing its authentic self, revealing its truth. I feel like you are coming into a new truth. You are coming into a new you, and you can't go back. Like, you're not going to be able to go back to the things that this eclipse and the energies that have been coming for you period that they're bringing, that have been coming. So if you've been feeling this anxiety and maybe depression or lowness or like just like confusion or whatever, there's elements about those things that you needed that dip in order for you to feel it fully, for you to see the truth in what it's showing you about yourself, where you're at, who you are now, and to show you that these are the gaps that you need to fill in order to have the things that you want. Or like it's the final shakedown, right? It's the final pull when pulling the teeth out, or that final pull when pulling out I'm calling it a band-aid, but it's a heat patch. It's a healing patch, medicated patch. Pulling out the band-aid, that final pull, it's necessary, right? That's awesome. So let's look at guidance. I mean, it looks like this eclipse is really calling us in a beautiful way? Question mark. It's really calling us to be into ourselves. It's really calling us to be a new level of us. It's shaking us up, and for some of us, depleting us to the point where we really have to be ruthless with what is important and what isn't, and what we say is important and what we do to reflect that. You know what I mean? Like, I can say, oh, my health is important, but okay, when I'm stressed out and everything is going to shit, am I going to turn to, you know, having 7 bags of cookies and chips, or am I going to still maintain my celery and carrot diet or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, it's those things that let you go. I can't, you reach those dips so that you know where you're at, and you go, okay, no, I'm not going to be doing this. You know, it's just the final tug, that final pull, that hardness of pulling that band-aid off that lets you, that's what this eclipse sort of is. Like, we wanted that healing. The healing is here. Are we ready to do what we need to do to have that healing? And you know, come hell or high water, it's here. You know, so what are we going to do? And here's our guidance for that. That's a lot. Yeah, this has been chilling at the bottom of the deck the whole time. This is new life come through. All right. So, and this is truth be told in reverse. That's about accountability. Really being strict, not strict with ourselves, but really being judicious about ourselves and really being honest with ourselves and taking accountability. If I do have a day, let's say, you know, this is about your it's about more than one area of our lives, by the way. It's about a multitude of our lives. It's about us, our whole being. I know this energy has been hitting me in like, yeah, every area of my being. This is the first card that came out. Peace. Hell yeah. Come through. Orphans. This is awesome. Our guidance for this eclipse and handling this energy is awesome. And a lot of it has been said already. However, there are many extras. So we've talked about some stuff 25% here. Now I'm seeing some really, really, really good stuff here. There's no finish lines in life, you know, like there's no finish lines. There is just like the world, there's thresholds, you know, like the world card in tarot. She's just moving through a threshold, moving from one door into the other, moving from one phase into the other. And it is tough. Orphaned is here really flagging the stuff that, you know, we have to Jesus Christ. We have to face the things we have to face about ourselves, about our lives, about what we say we want, what we end up doing to get what we want, or what we don't do. So using the example of I use myself as an example to put this in reality. I've been incredibly busy. The videos have been coming out late. I was prepared before, but I was not as prepared as I thought I could be or was, and the videos have been coming out late on the channel. There's a lot going on in my world, and I just Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. There's only so much time I have to give to X, Y, and Z, the things that I used to give, because there's been not an intrusion, but there's been an intrusion in my schedule that has just blah, 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 caused a lot of extra stuff, and there's extra stuff on top of extra stuff, and just like life stuff, and it's all happening when a lot is happening, and like Luce has been stressed. Not as stressed as she could be, quite frankly. But that's because I've been really praying every day during this season of Lent. And it's just really beautiful how spirit has really cocooned me. And I'm still feeling what I need to feel, but it's been so beautiful to have this upheaval in the season of Lent, because I've really been upping my prayers. I'm doing it 5 times a day for the most part, maybe 4 sometimes, or squeezing them all together. And spirit has really been there as a cushion. God has really, really been there as a cushion for me to lean into when I've been super stressed out. Now, Orphaned has a sense of abandonment to it, has a sense of leaving what was and feeling some type of way about leaving what was and entering into new, right? And that loneliness, that sense of abandonment, that sense of uncertainty, that sense of, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be okay here. Am I going to be safe here? I knew what I knew what my life was like here before, but now in this new era, I don't know if I'm going to be safe here. I feel alone. And so you want to hold yourself in, you want to hide. And yeah, but also we do this in those ways, and also in ways where we revert to our old defense mechanisms. Case in point, I've been trying to eat better for my body and my health, and just eat more consciously, I think is what I want to say. Eat more consciously, be aware of like my numbers. So I track what I eat. I've been in situations this past month, more so than any other month, where, as in previous months, where I am having difficulty tracking what I'm eating. Okay. Now, include that with the massive amounts of overwhelm that have now entered, like new shit that's entered my life, right? And old shit is still fucking there. It's a lot. What do I want to do? I just want to snack. I just want to eat my chips. I just want to eat my cookies. I just want to eat my stuff that is going to give me the strength that I need to do what I need to do. It's going to make me feel good, and it's going to make me do the things I need to do. However, it'll also make me feel tired. If I carb load, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to feel heavy. So if I don't go to the gym, I've been going to the gym 4 times, 5 times a week. And I'm very proud of myself, because even with all this new stuff that's come into my world lately, taking me away from my previous schedule, I still went to the gym even though I was dog tired. I still have tried my level best to, at least if I'm going to eat something crazy or wild or fun for my eyes and my mouth and whatever, that I'm still tracking it, so I'm keeping myself accountable for what I'm doing and where I'm at. I've tried not to falter on the good habits that I've been building over the past several months. This Orphaned is essentially asking that. That could be a mundane example, right? For whatever it is for you, don't abandon yourself. And this, for me, goes so much deeper in other aspects of what's coming up for me in my role, but those are a little bit too personal for me to share. But don't abandon who you want to be, who you need to be, and don't abandon yourself on your way to becoming who you need to be. This is not shit talking yourself, okay? This is not pooping on yourself. This is not this is you showing yourself grace. Okay, this is you showing yourself grace, you being kind to yourself, and you not isolating in ways that you don't need to. For the first time in I don't even know, I actually sought help. I actually sought the company of someone else. Now, I did that because of who I am as a person. Some people pleasing was happening there. some nervousness of potential repercussions was happening there that I didn't want. But still, I don't know. I think it kind of spirit kind of worked with my how I am, um, to get me to sort of do this thing that I wouldn't normally do. I think, I don't know. I definitely still did the things that I do that I don't want to do, but anyway, I did do something that I did. So what am I saying for you? What this is saying for you is I really need to drive that point home because this is going to be happening. Your guidance is to be gentle with yourself as you're moving through this energy. If you're still doing some of the things that you used to do, but you're also doing the things that you want to be doing to become who you need to be, honor both of those. Nothing is hard won. Nothing is hard won. Be at peace. Like, you're okay. You're going to be okay, and you're okay. You're going towards something new that is going to make sense for you and who you are. Like that lady said, eclipses are inevitable, right? Like the energy they're bringing is inevitable. And as you go through this, the best thing you can do is to find some level of peace, right? Breathe. Take a step back. Breathe. Take a second. Stop crucifying yourself so much. Show yourself some grace and go, no, I'm doing the best I can. Or I could do better and I'm going to do better. These are the steps for that. And if you can't do better, finding a way to do those things better. So if you are finding yourself that you are in a state of depression, go finding help to move through that. Because you can't just move through that in your own wherewithal sometimes. Like sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need help, and it's not a friend. It's going to be a professional who can assist you. And there's so many resources out there for people to have a professional hand to help guide you through what you're moving through. You don't have to do it alone. Just like that co-creator was talking about. Now, this is about authentic self. This is awesome. No place like home. No place like home is an energy of you being genuinely you. And I feel like this is you seeing yourself for this is bad, for the trashy, not the trash that you are. That was like the word that came to mind, but sorry about the lighting, y'all. I can't do nothing about that. The trash that you are, or that you see yourself as, I don't know, baby. What you want for yourself, whatever. And you putting that out there into the world and leaning into that. This could be uncomfortable. And I love that it came out because as you become who you're becoming, sometimes we're still stuck to the identity that we were before. For instance, for me, it's the identity of being a nice person. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. I've got to be a nice person. But who I need to be at this point is challenging what that means. And it's been challenging that for many, many moons, many, many months. But it's now stepped up to different levels now. Right? Like in certain areas, it's like, okay, I'm a bit better about that now, but now it's like a new level where it's like, it's being nice to me. And what does that look like, being nice to me? What does it look like? There's only so many hours in the day. I cannot give my attention to every single person like I could before. And not every single person needs, like, I just can't. And I need to be okay with that because who I'm becoming is someone who may not have as much time to do what they used to do, and I need to be more judicious. Right, like we were talking about before, what the eclipse is bringing, being more judicious. And now this is where you go, where you're so stressed, you get so overwhelmed that now it's time for you to really start cutting stuff out that's not, okay? Like, finish the sentence. Thinker here is beautiful because it still impresses upon you logic, being logical about the choices that maybe I can do something about it. The choices that you're making in terms of where you're putting your energy at, in terms of what you're trying to do as you live through this energy that the eclipse is bringing. Being smart and being logical. And that means you do have to take steps back. You do have to actually, oh boy, you do actually have to, maybe if I do that, yeah. And you do have to be strategic, essentially. You have to be strategic about this energy and how you use it and how you prioritize what you need to prioritize moving forward. Also, embrace the new. Don't fight the new. That's going to be difficult for some of you. Don't fight the new. The only protection card here that's coming is the Between Worlds. This says, fuck it. At the end of the day, the energy that's coming is the energy that's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's come. And surrender is what is required of you at this point. Surrender is what is required of you at this point. Okay, you know, but at the end of the day, it's finna happen. So, because you're going into something new, embrace the new. Embrace the new. No place like home. I love when I get this card. I rarely get it. I don't get it a lot. I rarely get this card. Did I? Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create. A place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your skin is beginning to solidify. Yeah, solidify! As you claim your dignity and integrity. Yes. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Now, for some of you, right, for me, it's being, nice, being seen as nice, being known as nice, because I am nice. I am a Libra, okay? We want to help. We want to serve, but also, we can't do it all. We need to be reminded that we cannot do it all. I really honor when people go, Luce, you can't do it all. You can't do everything. Now, not really, because that's also a challenge, and I go, bet. Fuck off, watch me. But when someone is saying, do the best you can, like just whittle out what you can do and just follow that. It's very peaceful. For some of you, it might be not being so mean or something, not being so cold, not being so harsh, not being so withdrawn. That might be what you're coming into, giving second chances, third chances, fourth chances might be beneficial to you. And it doesn't mean you're a pushover or whatever, in the same way that as a nice person, when you stand your ground and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that, or no, I'm sorry, I can't give that, or no, I'm sorry, I can't show up for that, it doesn't make you mean. It doesn't make you ruthless. It doesn't make you an enemy of the state. It just means it doesn't mean that. So same with people who are a little bit more standoffish or guarded or mean or strict. Just because you bend a little or are softer a little bit, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're a pushover now. No, it doesn't mean that. You knowing who you are and you saying yes and you saying no, us doing that is going to be very helpful during this time to help conserve our energy and for us to help really rebuild who we're trying to be, right? Those habits that I was telling you about, where I've been going to the gym still. Even on the days when I'm tired, I go to the gym. And I also have days where I go, you know what, not today, but tomorrow, yes. Where I go, I really want chips. I still want chips. Maybe I'll have a little bit of chips and I'll eat and then eat something else. Also, where I'm still staying within my numbers. Where all the little tricks that I've developed over time to help me with the cravings or to help me with stress or whatever, they're coming through. They're not coming through. So with Orphaned here, I really want to go into that message because I feel like it's so important to just keep top of mind. We were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. This is about that community. The House of Lumiere, the spirit lives here. We had all those cards that sort of come out, or not really come out, they were in the deck. And Soulmates came out. I'm thinking that's community. It didn't come out, but it was definitely there. Like there's a sense of people, community, building that and seeking that out, being available for that, making time for that. Because at this point, the way that this energy is going, how you can move through this energy better is to be better surrounded, being a part of stuff and not separating yourself from what's going on at work, at home, at school, in your friendships. Now, take the time that you need for yourself, right? Is what we're saying with this no place like home, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you are being called, or at least your guidance is that making yourself separate is not going to be the best. Togetherness, being a part of, is going to be where you want to go. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit, right? Finding where you fit. Because I think there's something that Teal Swan says, and I think a lot of people also say this, is when we want to just be by ourselves, or when we're not opening up to people or whatever, it's not that we want to be alone. It's that we can't be authentic with those people. And when I heard that, it really got me, because I remember once upon a time, and I'm still moving through this energy, I wouldn't share what was going on in my life because I didn't think, and I didn't really, it wasn't just a thought, I didn't have people in my life that I could open up and be myself with, because I didn't think they would understand. I didn't think they would actually be there for me and hold me in a way that I needed to be held. And because there weren't. But that was because they weren't trained. And some people, some people are just better at others for being able to provide me what I need. And now it's just been a matter of me actually opening up and going, hey, I need a friend at this moment. Like, can we text? This is what I'm going through, and really just being able to identify those people. But I give that to you. You know, are you staying apart from people and making friends, or making connections with people, or connecting with people because you're scared of them seeing you? Because you don't want to be your authentic self, or you feel some type of way about your authentic self. Authentic self is the rub here. But you also have to be okay with that, because this is about okayness. This energy here, this no place like home, is really giving me you being okay with you, and that reflecting outside. So you knowing you loving you taking care of you, and that reflecting on the outside. So if you're a nice person, you identify as a nice person. If you know that you are a good person, you know that you are a caring person, you may feel bad about saying no, but you know that doesn't make you uncaring. That just means that you said no in that moment, and there could be fallout or whatever, but you know in yourself that you don't need to compensate or overcompensate, because you just don't have to. Now, if you want to, you can, but this is about you authentically knowing yourself for others and knowing yourself for you. And the guidance here is also for you to see your habits, your patterns. What are those for you? And this is something that's been coming up for me. There's things that I've done that I go, I didn't need to do that. Or there's things that I've done that I go, you know what? I'm really glad I did that. I didn't want to, but I did it. So this is not about you being better than anybody or whatever. This is about you being really like authentic, and like taking accountability for who you are, how you show up, and how that reflects in your world and even your relationships with people. It's about truth. It's about accountability. That card's also at the bottom of the deck, showing up in the reverse. So that's, never mind. It was coming up. That was about deep knowing. Anyway, it came up before, but I think I shuffled it out. But it's the truth be told. There's some truths that are coming up for you. Ooh, baby. This is tough. All right, well, we need the light, so here we eels. Peace is great. This is great. I think it's just really saying, like, be at peace, be you, breathe, and when you breathe, you're just going to be more of yourself. Find places where you fit. Find places where you fit, and try to see if you've prejudged certain places. Find people and places where you fit in, and that requires you to open up a little bit more and see what happens. And with thinker, let me look at what thinker says. I mean, thinker is really about being logical, being like using your brain, like use your head, you know? The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Exactly. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment, there's no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple. You'll win the game of life you're playing right now. Just peace, thinker, keep it simple. But also, I think strategize. Sometimes just the logical thing of I don't have time, I can't do it. Or I do have time and I want to learn this skill, so I'll do it. Or I know that I need to be better organized, so I need to do this and that. Like just like knowing the thing. I think it's like brutal honesty with yourself and the world, but in a very compassionate way, like in a very non-emotionally charged way. I love that. And then we have new life. I love that new life is here coming out because it says when spring awakens the world, which is we are in the season of spring in the US here in the northern hemisphere. But in other places of the world, this energy is still obviously affecting you, and there is like a change in the season. But whatever this change is, it awakens the world. Joy and excitement can be felt around the world in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight. Birds return home and sing their glorious song. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. And it is. It really is a time of good fortune. We had the milk and honey. That's when I see that, I get really excited. But at the same time, between world and protection says, be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store for you. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. So let go of your expectations. Adjust and pivot as you go in the world. Breathe. The best thing you can do is be you. But you have to know what that is. Right? You have to know what you is. So I wish you everything. I'm going to end here. Keep your light on. Good luck. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.